Hi, my name's Emily, and I'm going to share with you about my deliverance experience with John George. Initially, I wasn't really seeking a deliverance. Basically, what happened was I had a really bad dream in which I ended up not being able to breathe at the end of it. And as my sister had already had a demonic experience that was something kind of similar to that, where she woke up being unable to breathe as well, I knew immediately that this was something that definitely was brought on by demons, and I told my best friend, who told her older sister, who is a friend of John's, and then she said I should contact John for deliverance, which I did, and we set it up via Skype. So basically, the deliverance started off just by John asking me some questions about my past experiences in life, and also just about any experience I'd had with magic, tarot cards, palm reading, etc. I didn't have experience with any of that, except for lightly reading horoscopes now and then, but it is just information that he needed to know. Um, and also, as we were talking, we discovered some other things that could also have been brought on by demons, such as I had done the Daniel fast in January of this year, and during the Daniel fast, I started having really bad dreams about being in car accidents and getting decapitated. And so then when I told John about that, I also shared that I'd had some fear and anxiety attacks while driving. There was one night in particular, a couple weeks before the deliverance, when it was raining really hard, and I started hyperventilating, and I had to pull off the road just because I was so frightened of being in a car accident. So then, after John had gotten his preliminary information, he went ahead and started commanding the demon to come out of me. During the deliverance, it was strange because I could hear John, but I wasn't really speaking at all. He took a video of my deliverance, and basically these sounds were coming out of me. I just felt things rising up inside of me, like in my chest, in my stomach, and eventually it was coming out my mouth and making these weird sounds. I was not applying any pressure or anything to my vocal cords, so I know that those sounds were not from me. We did a check a couple times to make sure that there weren't any residual demons in there. We asked the spirit to reveal if there was anything, and the first two times there were still demonic presences hiding in me, but then the final time it seemed that I was clear, and I believe that I was, as since then I have not had any bad dreams about driving. I'm able to drive without fear. I have a closer relationship with God. I just have the sense that I'm God's child and that He loves me. When I did a second period of fasting during the summer after this deliverance, and I just felt like this time when I was fasting as opposed to before, I was able to just really come into God's presence and just be close to Him. I felt like there was no veil between us, there was no barrier, and also it's increasingly easier for me to memorize scriptures and for scriptures to come to mind in situations where they apply. Additionally, I had a lot of back pain before I went into that session, and following that session I did not have any back pain, and my just overall health is better. I don't get nearly as bad of cramps, and this is just, obviously you have to maintain by continuing to read the Bible and continuing to pray and stay in God's Word, but overall it really did change my spiritual walk with God, because I just feel so much closer to Him. I don't feel scared about sharing my story with people. I mean, 8 months ago I probably never would have done this, but I just want to share my story so that way people can see that what John's doing is real work, it's good work, and it's definitely spirit-led. So yeah, so I just want to say thank you to John, and if you have any issues, just talk to him and he can definitely help you out. Thank you.